Hello, I'm Janardhan Kar, the career come life coach. Today I'm going to talk about growth, power, and responsibility, how they are related and what need to be done. So let me talk about growth. Let me give some example. When a kid grows to become adult, he grows with power. When a when an adult grows and becomes a family man, gets married and becomes a family man, he grows in power. A junior executive grows and becomes a senior executive, he grows in power. A senior executive becomes the head of the institution or the organization, he grows in power. So these are the uh, examples of growing in power. Growing in a position, and because of the position, he acquires power. So with all these powers, comes the higher responsibility. When a kid is there, just a month back, I became grandfather, and every day I get pleasure in holding the grandchild, the daughter of my daughter, and I get a lot of happiness. And while looking at it, I just go back into my childhood. So that time when I was young, so I was not having any power. So that's why I was thinking to become an adult. But with adult came a lot of responsibility. But I had the power. So now when I look at that kid, I find that he is absolutely having no power for everything. She is dependent on somebody or else. When she is hungry, the mother feeds, just makes some noise and mother feeds. And she is in discomfort, then it makes noise and is provided for. But as it will grow up, I understand the way I grew up, my power also increased, and with that came lot of responsibilities. When I was engineering student, and when that time I was thinking that how to grow and become an engineer. So I passed out, so I felt powerful, and with that power came the responsibility of finding a good job. And after passing out and competing, then I got into a career and I felt powerful because I am having a job now. My position changed, and I felt powerful. That then in the career also, when from junior executive, I became a senior executive mid career. Then I felt powerful, and along with that, it came a lot of responsibility. Same way that when from that senior executive I became a managing director because of the position, I was quite powerful because I have to take decisions and you feel power. But along with that came a lot of responsibilities, and along with that growth, the power comes no doubt, but along with that comes responsibility also. And as you become more powerful, the responsibility also becomes bigger, as I explained in the examples. Same thing that if we look at the personal this thing that personal life, so from a single man, when you marry, become a married man, then you become powerful, and that along with that came a lot of responsibilities. You have to find many things which household requires. And along with that, when you become a father, just I was telling about my granddaughter was born just. a month back. So my daughter and the son-in-law, they were not having that kind of responsibility. Now they become powerful, that they have become uh, parents. Now along with that parents, a lot of responsibilities have come, that they have to arrange so many things which a kid needs, from diaper to baby food to all those things, and taking to doctor, then doing inoculation, all that responsibility. So powerful because they became now parents, and they feel happy that now they are in possession of a future generation. So their lineage will be up. So anything you find that when you grow in something, let me give another example also, that if you gain health, you are become healthy, you become powerful, but along with that powerful this thing comes a lot of responsibility, because when you become healthy and powerful, then that you can utilize for good thing or bad thing. So you become very powerful and a muscle man, then you can protect people, you can do good things for people, or you can utilize to terrorize people. So this is your health, or good health is also a kind of responsibility. Unless you are able to handle that responsibility, it may do bad to you also. So similarly, when you become head of the institution, you feel much more powerful, because you are in a position to take a decision on many matters, and lives of your subordinates, to a large extent, their career, everything depends on you. So you become powerful, but along with that power, the responsibility to see that the organization prospers, the people under you also feel better and contribute, be productive. Those are the responsibilities. Many times we grow, but unless we take that responsibility properly, or other way, that we do not have the capability or capacity or the quality, the skills, the experience to manage that particular position, or position, or the power you are given, then it becomes also a bad thing for you. And it also happened with me. If I give example, that when I came to that mid-level, then I was a bit disturbed, because the responsibility I was having, sometimes I felt I am not in a position to discharge it properly. And if you are an idealist, and you want to uh, do the best of your ability, and you find your ability is not there to tackle those situations, then it becomes a very difficult and tense thing for you. So that is one part, that with growth comes power, and with power comes the responsibility. And not only that you have to grow to a particular position, but at the same time you should understand that along with that comes a lot of responsibility, and to find that whether you are capable of handling that responsibility or not. So if you find inadequate, then you have to build in that adequacy in you. Otherwise, the power becomes a problem for you. Another second thing is that any blemish which is there with all of us, as we become powerful, the blemishes also they show up, they become bigger. To give an example, if there is a balloon and it has a small weak spot, maybe when the size of the balloon is small, then it may not leak. Uh, um, but as you fill in more air into it, it becomes bigger. That particular spot becomes bigger. So that blemish shows up in a bigger way. And it may, that particular place, because it is not strong enough, the air may leak, and the balloon will get deflated. In the same way, that when if I talk of a profession, and a professional, if he has blemish which may not be a problem at a young stage, So, giving an example, that if you're in a lower cadre, you may be having a lot of blemishes in your character, but it may not create that big a problem for you or for the profession. But when you go to the top position, those blemishes becomes bigger. To give an example, suppose your integrity is not that strong. So maybe when you are in a lower position, you may not make much damage to the organization, to yourself. But when you go to the top position, and if your integrity is not all right, and if your tendency of corruption is there, and when you are in a position to take big decisions, and your corrupt behavior will hamper the organization, and it will also affect you personally, because the wrong things you do, even if the outer world is not that visible, but it will have a big effect on your mind, because you know you are doing a wrong thing, and when that goes in your subconsciousness, it goes in, and you are conscious of that, it tells upon your health also. So, to sum up, that all of us, we want to grow. Like I told, that a kid wants to become adult, adult wants to get married, a junior executive wants to become a senior executive, senior executive wants to become the head of the organization. In political scenario also, people they start with a career in the bottom rank, and they can become the prime minister of the country or the president of the country. But along with this growth, it comes tremendous responsibility. And while having the intention of growing up, going to the top, then we should have the intensity of handling that responsibility in the best way. So, along with growth, you have to also take care of the skills and tools and mindset requirement which is required for that particular growth. And along with that, you have to assess yourself, the blemishes you have, how to cut down it, how to tone down it, how to make it zero. So that not only you grow up, but at the same time you handle that particular position in the best way. Otherwise, maybe because of power and position, people may fear you, but they will not like you, they will not love you. To give an example, in my career, I have seen people, while in the job in the top position, they are feared by people, and they on the face they praise. But if he is not having the qualities, he is not a best person, he is not a good person, then once he goes out of that position, or he leaves the organization or retires, then people talk very bad about him. And even when they, in some circumstances they meet, they do not, they avoid. So the thing is that along with our intention to rise in our power position, we should also see that whether we are building our capacity, and at the same time as a person we are becoming better persons. Means our blemishes which are there, we have to do a soul searching to find what are they, and how to tone it down, how to get over that, so that not only you become powerful, but you handle that responsibility and loved by people. And as they say that you die twice, once when you die physically, and second time when people do not remember you or do not talk about you, or you become irrelevant. So if you want to create a legacy as a powerful person, in your career and in life, then you have to create that kind of character in you, that even if you are not there, people talk about you, they remember you as a good person, as a good professional, as a good husband, as a good father, everything good. So to sum up, that while we want to grow, become powerful, at the same time, we should also develop our capacity and capability, both as a professional and also as a person. So, for that, we have to be a lifelong learner and putting that learning to practice to become the better version of ourselves. Thank you. If you like the content, the ideas I have told, narrated in this particular episode, like it, and also be a member of my tribe by clicking the link given in my bio, and also uh, forward it to others who may like to know about this.